Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys, and holding the standard. And in this video, we're going to talk about Luka Doncic today, man. I don't know if I've done any videos on Luka Doncic. I don't know if I've done a single one on this man. Maybe I have. I can't remember right now off the top of my head if I've done any videos on him. But we got to do a video on Luka Doncic. We have to talk about this dude, man. Because Luka Doncic, man, is becoming the European version of LeBron James, man, right before our eyes. This man's becoming unwatchable. And it's really a damn shame because of the skills that he has. And he's really supposed to be one of the league's greatest players. He's supposed to be one of the best players in the league, a top 3 player in the NBA. He's one of the young superstars in the league. And this man's becoming unwatchable. He's becoming the European version of LeBron James right before our eyes, guys. And we're going to talk about this video because this dude is always crying on the court, man. He flops around and flails around. He's just always crying for a foul or something. I mean, dude, like, come on, man. And like I said, you're supposed to be an up-and-coming superstar, one of the players to take the NBA, right, into these next era. And here we go. This guy's, like I said, learning from LeBron James, man. And we're going to talk about in this video, guys, because there's a big problem in the NBA right now. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, that's been supporting my channel, man. Yo, just a thanks to all you guys out there, man, for the Veterans Day love yesterday, man. A lot of you guys sent me, happy Veterans Day and wished me well and thanked me for my service. Thank you guys out there, man. I really appreciate it, man. I'm really humbled, man, by all support. So thanks to everyone out there that gave me a little shout out for Veterans Day, and shout out to all the men and women out there serving around the world, man. Thank you very much for your service, guys. And thank you very much for all your support, man. It means a lot. And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to do a brief video on Luka Doncic, man. And like I said, I haven't done many videos, if any videos, on this guy. And we have to set the record straight on him, man. And like I said, we have to talk about this guy because he's becoming unwatchable. And once again, he's becoming a European version of LeBron James, man. When we talk about LeBron James on this channel, and I don't want to go into a LeBron James thing in this video, but when we talk about LeBron James on the channel, what do I always tell you guys? This man has tore the NBA down. And once again, he's not living up to the standard. So, look what LeBron James has done. This is the LeBron James effect on the NBA. You guys have seen it, man. It ain't just with Luka Doncic. It's with a lot of these players. They look down on the fans. That comes from LeBron James. Remember, he told us to go back to our boring lives back in 2011. It was a long time ago. So, once again, they get this stuff from LeBron James. He's the one that's been flopping around at a high level for years now. Remember, LeBron James said, I got to learn to flop. So here they go. The players after LeBron James are learning from the game's greatest player. LeBron James is supposed to be an ambassador for the NBA. He's supposed to be the league's greatest player, the greatest player of this era. But instead, this man has not carried himself like the league's greatest player. He didn't carry himself like a guy that was supposed to be holding the standard, that was supposed to be living up to expectations, holding himself accountable. No one holds this man accountable. So now we have Luka Doncic, who, like I said, was becoming a European version of LeBron James. They both have similar games, right? They put up stats. Remember, everyone was hyping up LeBron James, the only player in NBA's history to average 27, 7, and 7. Well, Luka Doncic went up to him and is averaging 28, 8, and 8 throughout his career. The only player to do so. So, once again, when we talk about the statistics of these guys today and the way the game is played, the numbers are inflated. I don't put that much stock in the numbers today as I did 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, where the numbers actually mattered more. You had to actually earn those numbers. I mean, just think about how the assists are counted today. They're completely overblown. A guy will get an assist off a pass that 10, 20 years ago was never going to be considered an assist. But today's NBA, the standard's been lowered. Guys get assists for these things. Look at the way they're able to dribble the ball and manipulate the basketball. They're able to what? Manipulate the rules. They're not being held to the same standard of the previous eras. So the numbers that these guys put up today in this era are not as impressive as, some people want you to believe. Oh, this guy's doing up these numbers. It's not that impressive, man. Yes, these guys put up some numbers. So Luka Doncic puts up some great stats, man. Right? He might be top 3, top 5 in points per game for his career. I believe he might be top 3 in points per game in the postseason for his career. So the numbers for Luka Doncic are spectacular. The man has, 5 All-NBA first teams already? How this man has 5 All-NBA first teams is beyond me. But once again, this speaks to the weakness of this era, right? So when you talk about the numbers, the accolades, Luka Doncic has everything right now except for an MVP trophy and a championship, essentially. He has all the other accolades, the All-Stars, the All-NBAs, right? Like I said, he's got all the numbers, made it to an NBA Finals last year. So when we think about Luka Doncic and you look at his resume on paper, it looks great. He looks like one of the best players in the league, which he is. The problem comes with how these guys carry themselves. I've told you many times, guys, being a superstar player, being a professional athlete is more than just getting paid a lot of money. It's more than just going out there and putting up some stats, right? Anyone can put up stats these days. Literally anybody can. It's more than that. You have to have the intangibles. You must do the other things. You must carry yourself like a professional. You must be a true competitor. Luka Doncic right now, like I said, for a lot of these guys, when you think about the way the game is played, the game is becoming unwatchable. And why is it becoming unwatchable? If you guys heard Shaquille O'Neal a couple days ago, he was talking about how the three-point shot has ruined the NBA. And that's nothing like new. We've been talking about this for years, how the analytics, the three-point shooting has ruined the NBA. We talked about the All-Star game and how the All-Star game was a bunch of, they took over 123s in the All-Star game. Guys, think about that. 123s. That's insane. So this is what we're talking about, and that's what Shaq is saying. The three-point shot ruined the game. That's one of the things that have ruined the game over the last 10 years is the overshooting of the threes, right? Everyone just chucking up threes. Even though they're not three-point shooters, everyone thinks they are. So, yes, the game has suffered because there's no bounce now. It's literally all 3 points and free throws. That's literally it. The defense isn't the same, right? The guys are not as tough. This is part of the problem, right? We get all that. But also, another part of the problem is these guys are becoming unwatchable. You don't want to watch these guys. You can't get behind these guys or support them. Who wants to support LeBron James? He don't respect the fans. He don't even respect the game. He's out there going through the motions, lollygagging on defense, never taking accountability. How can you get behind someone like that? Can you get behind a Kawhi Leonard who's never on the court, but yet I turn the TV on and I see him on commercials talking about we got next? Dude, you ain't got up now. You're not even off the bench. You haven't played a lick of games in the last 3 or 4 years. This man never plays. But he's getting all this money. He'll ask for all this money. He'll make all these commercials. How these guys are getting paid for commercials when they don't play is beyond me. They sign these contracts and they don't show up for work. So can you get behind Kawhi Leonard? I don't respect Kawhi Leonard, man, the basketball player like that. Is Kawhi Leonard a great player, a great talent? Yes, when Kawhi Leonard's healthy, he's an all-time great player. No doubt. But the problem is he's never healthy. He's not consistent and his diva mentality. So you can't get behind someone like a Kawhi Leonard, right? Can you get behind Joel Embiid? Is Joel Embiid someone you can get behind? A guy that runs his mouth all the time, always crying and moaning about stuff, flops around the court, crying and moaning for an MVP trophy, gets upset with the fans because they're turning against him because they don't respect his antics and his soft, frail body. This guy's always running his mouth, never plays. Can you get behind Joel Embiid? I can't get behind Joel Embiid. The dude's a straight goof out there. 7 feet tall, damn near 300 pounds, but you're flopping and falling down all over the place. Come on, man. I can't respect it. Luka Doncic, James Harden. Like, can you get behind these guys? So when we think about Luka Doncic, and you're watching him play, I was watching a game the other day. Every other play, this dude has got his hands up in the air. He's got his shoulder shrugged, learning that from the classic LeBron James school. This is LeBron James 101. This dude goes up for a shot, they grab their wrist, they grab their arm, they grab their shoulder. They got the palms up. They're crying and moaning to the referees. But not only does Luka Doncic complain constantly on the court for fouls, he's relentless. This man will get fouled or think he got fouled in one play, and he'll carry on for 5 or 6 possessions, still crying and moaning to the referee on a play that happened 5 possessions ago. You're still carrying on about that foul? That's what I don't respect. I can't watch this dude. He's unwatchable. The guy's always crying and moaning, always flopping and flailing around the court, and he doesn't play a lick of defense, Luka Doncic. Where does he get that from? LeBron James, the school of LeBron James. don't play no defense, put up stats on offense, so everyone says, yo, man, look what this guy's doing. He's going to do his thing out there. This is what Luka Doncic has basically amounted to now. What has he been in the NBA 4 or 5 years? He's been in the league about 5 seasons now. And this man hasn't played a lick of defense since he's been in the league. What's his excuse? He's not old. What's his excuse for not playing defense? There is no excuse. He just don't care. He just is not good on defense. He just doesn't know how to play D. Once again, he's European. These European guys don't play D like that. They've never been known for playing defense. But all of a sudden now the European guys are supposed to be the tough guys. I thought they were the tough ones. They're the ones Luka Doncic telling us the NBA is soft and weak. Then why are you crying and moaning all the time for fouls? You see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy of these guys? They talk about the NBA soft. Oh, the NBA is not as tough as the EuroLeague. And I believe that when they say that. But if that's the case, then why are you always crying and moaning? You see what I mean, guys? How can you get behind that? These guys talk about how soft the NBA is. It's easier than the EuroLeague. But you're always flopping around and crying and moaning for fouls? How easy and soft is it then? What are you complaining about? You should be laughing out there. Instead, Luka Doncic will berate a referee up and down the court for multiple possessions. That's lame, man. I don't respect that. And once again, you're copying and becoming a European version of LeBron James. And we don't respect LeBron James. The true basketball fans don't respect LeBron James. Is LeBron James an all-time great? Absolutely. Doesn't mean we got to respect you. And doesn't make you a top 5 or top 10 player. There are a lot of all-time greats in the NBA's history, guys. Don't mean that they're top 10, top 5, top 3, and doesn't mean that you have to respect them. We do not respect the way LeBron James has gone throughout and about his career. We don't respect it. And it's easy to understand why. Only these weird LeBron James fans, these media members that are being paid to say these things, only they fall and believe the hype that LeBron James ain't cheating the game and that LeBron James is a top 3, top 5, or even the greatest player of all time. Only those blind fools believe that. There's no true basketball fan. I'm talking about a basketball fan, guys. No true fan that has LeBron James top 3, has LeBron James top 5. There's no one like there. No one. And I told you, he'll never be worthy of a top 10 spot. He'll never be worthy enough to be mentioned with those guys, to be up there with the Magic Johnsons, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the Will Chamberlains, the Bill Russells, the Jerry Wests, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Larry Birds, the Hakeem Olajuwons, the Tim Duncans, the Dr. J's. Right? He's not up there with those guys. I'm not putting him in the conversation with any of those players that I just mentioned. To me, those are top 10 worthy guys. To me, LeBron James is not worthy enough to be debated against any of those fools. None of them dudes LeBron James should be debated against. But these fools out here want to debate this stuff. They want to try to make an argument. It's not happening, guys. It's not relevant. It's not valid, man. Once again, Luka Doncic, same scenario. You want us to respect you. Is Luka Doncic a great player? Yeah, he's a great player, Luka Doncic, man. He's got talent, man. Once again, he goes out there and he can do some things. He's got skills. But Luka Doncic, once again, don't have the respect, man. I don't respect this dude, man. And like I said, I've tried to become a fan of some of these guys. I've tried to watch them. I've tried to watch some of these games. No, I'm not the same fan of NBA like I used to be, 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s. I'm not the same kind of fan. I don't watch it as, like, I'm not into going, like, you think about it. Like, back in the day, I couldn't wait till certain games came on. I couldn't wait to watch certain players. Not only because of the game that they had on the court, the way that they played, but it was also their personalities. I respected them. I actually liked some of these guys. Today, these guys are not likable, man. They're not likable. So not only do you not really like them or respect them, but you don't even like these guys. Back in the day, I liked these guys. Their personalities, man. I'm not saying that they were all nice guys or good people, but you liked them. Like I said, I liked Charles Barkley. He was one of my favorite guys, and Charles Barkley had an attitude. But that's why I liked him, because of his attitude, because of his not caring to say whatever he wanted to say. That was part of the reason why I respected Dennis Rodman. He didn't care what people thought about him. He was going to go out there and be himself. But at the same time, this man was given 100% on the court. You knew Dennis Rodman was going to show up. The same thing with all of those guys. For the most part, they were consistent. They were going to show up and give the effort. So not only did you like their personalities, the swag of these guys, right? You liked their overall games, but you respected them because they showed up and they gave the effort and they didn't play like a bunch of babies out there. This guy Luka Doncic, man, you're like a big baby out there. You're always crying and moaning. You always get your palms up, the shoulders shrugged. And like I said, this guy will continue to cry for plays. 3, 4, 5 possessions. This man's still crying and moaning about a play that happened 5 plays ago. Meanwhile, this dude don't give no effort on the defensive end, plays no defense whatsoever, but always crying and moaning. Dude, play some defense. So you become the European version of LeBron James. So we have the American LeBron James, and then we have the European version of LeBron James, Luka Doncic, right? An entitled superstar baby who gets money, who's getting paid, right? Who puts up numbers, puts up stats that looks great on paper, don't play a lick of defense, doesn't have any leadership. Luka Doncic has no leadership, man. No leadership. That's part of the problem for the Dallas Mavericks. Their 2 best players are leaders. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, they don't have an ounce of leadership among them, man. You guys know how I feel about Kyrie Irving, man. He's got talent, he's got skills, man. But the dude thinks he's smarter than he is. He really thinks he's smarter than everyone else around him. And like I said, man, he said some dumb things over the years, and he has no leadership, Kyrie Irving. No leadership. No leadership. No humility from Kyrie Irving, man. The dude was talking down to Steve Nash like he was nobody. He's got to give those MVPs back to Kobe. He was saying, dude, who are you to talk to Steve Nash that way? You're not on Steve Nash level, man. Once again, Steve Nash has multiple MVP awards. People can say whatever they want, if he deserved them or not, or blah, blah, blah. Steve Nash was getting it done in an era, doing things in an era, like I said, that weren't done before. The Phoenix Suns were pioneers in certain aspects of today's NBA. And Steve Nash was the leader of that team, man. Leader of the team, battling in the early 2000s, man, against all-time great teams and against great players, man. And Steve Nash played with a lot of heart and grit, man. I respect Steve Nash, man. Kyrie Irving, not so much. And Steve Nash was a much greater leader than Kyrie Irving will ever be, man. So once again, I challenge the Dallas Mavericks in the leadership of Luka Doncic and a Kyrie Irving. And Luka Doncic is supposed to be the best player. And I've told you guys, just because you're the best player doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the leader. But Luka Doncic has basically been there the longest, so he should be the leader of that team. It's his team. But he has no leadership. But he's crying moan out there. Like I said, learning from the school of LeBron James, and this is what we have in the NBA. This is a big reason why the NBA is unwatchable today. Yes, the three-point shooting has been a problem over the last 10 years. We all get that. But it's also these players' mentality, their attitudes, and the way that they carry themselves. They talk down to the fans. Like I said, they don't really love the game of basketball. They don't even care. And they're out there crying and moaning all the time. Nobody wants to see you guys flopping around and crying for fouls all the damn time, man. Like I said, it's become unwatchable. How can you get behind this stuff? You can't. So you guys know the deal on this channel, man. Like I said, man, Luka Doncic is a great player. He's a great player, man. Got great talent. But Luka Doncic is also becoming unwatchable. He's becoming the European version of LeBron James. And you know this is the fact. This is the problem for LeBron James. And this is what we've been talking about. Look what Michael Jordan did for the game of basketball. I've told you guys in the past, Michael Jordan gave us Kobe Bryant. He gave us the Vince Carters. He gave us these other players, man. He gave us guys that cared about the game of basketball. I mean, Vince Carter played till he was damn near 45 years old because he loved the game of basketball. Look what Kobe Bryant did. The man was one of the ultimate competitors in all of sports in American history. And he learned that from Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan gave Allen Iverson the vision. That's what he said. Gave him the vision. What vision has LeBron James given to these guys? None. There is no vision. What you have is guys flopping around at a high level, the superstar guys flopping around thinking that's okay because LeBron James was doing it. No one plays defense anymore. LeBron James don't play defense. Why would any of the superstar players play defense if the best player in the league, or supposed best player, ain't been playing defense for 10 years now? Once again, they walk off the court early, talk down to the fans. So why would the other guys not talk down to the fans? Why would they respect us? LeBron James don't respect us. He's supposed to be the greatest player of the era. He's supposed to be the one that's setting the standard that everyone's supposed to be looking up to. Michael Jordan led by example. Kobe, Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all the all-time great players. They led by example. Dr. J. Right? And they took the torch and then they ran with it. They didn't fumble it up. These guys are fumbling it up. They don't care to carry it. They're just chucking it. They don't want to take the torch. They don't want that responsibility. They don't want that level of standard. They don't want that burden. They want to lollygag, go through the motions, get their money, play 60 games, maybe 65 games, put up some stats, and then go home. They're going to cry and moan on the court. They're going to chuck up all these threes. And they don't care. Because they don't care about the game. They don't care about the fans. That we don't care to watch this stuff anymore. They don't care about that. And Luka Doncic is becoming unwatchable. Let me know how you guys feel, man. This, like I said, it's not a tear down of Luka Doncic. He's a great player, man. Not saying he's not a great player or he would be a scrub in any other era. I'm not saying that. But he's becoming unwatchable with the antics, the shoulders up in the air all the time, the palms up. And who do you get this from? Right? Once again, this is the legacy that LeBron James left for us. The load managing era. Right? The gimmick era. Load managing, right? The play-in tournament, the in-season tournament, flopping guidelines. And Luka Doncic is, once again, the latest, youngest superstar in the NBA that has taken the lead from LeBron James and ran with it. He's flopping all over the court. He's crying and moaning up and down the court. Don't play a lick of defense, but he'll put some stats up. He's going to chuck that ball up. He's going to dribble that ball all over the court. They're going to play in the Luka Doncic system. The LaDoncic. That's what we're going to call him. The LaDoncic. That's what he is now. He's become LaDoncic. You guys know the deal, man. These are the facts, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.